What is Couchsurfing? Couchsurfing is a free website where you as a traveler can meet other travel-minded individuals. So you have two sections to Couchsurfing. You have the actual Couchsurfing and you have the Hangout feature. I will talk more about the Hangout feature later. So what you have is you have a host, which is normally a person that has traveled quite a bit, quite extensively around the world, and they're willing to let other travelers into their home, which is really nice. And you have potentially you as a couchsurfer, which is, let's say you're traveling around the world, you might be on a low budget and you need a place to stay. What is really good about that is that you can meet other travel-minded hosts where you can stay for free. But if you're the kind of person who normally stays in a hostel and just goes out drinking, I would recommend just keep doing that, because Couchsurfing, it's about respect, it's about the people that are willing to let out their home and let you into their nice and comfy home. Just be respectable to them and be aware that it's their space. So let me jump more into some of the benefits. Some of the benefits that you might get from using Couchsurfing. Since Couchsurfing is a free service, that means there's also going to be a lot of people that might not be serious. But what's really good about Couchsurfing is that they have their references, the reference system, which is essentially, let's say you have someone staying at your place, they leave you a reference. It shows this is a trustworthy person and someone I would definitely stay with again. And what I really recommend, one of the first times you're using Couchsurfing, is to stay with someone that has a few references to make sure that you get a good experience. When you're staying with a Couchsurfing host that has also traveled extensively, you also have access to a lot of the travel knowledge that they have went through, a lot of the mistakes they've been through. And one of the favorite things that Couchsurfing hosts loves to do is to share their stories, what they did wrong, what they did right, what's the cool places to visit. I highly encourage you to engage with the hosts and actually put yourself out there and be vulnerable and actually build a connection with the people you're meeting on this platform. So let's say you've traveled halfway across the world, you only have a few dollars left in your bank account, and it would just crush you to have to go back home now. One of the things you could do is to use Couchsurfing to save yourself the hassle, to get yourself a little bit of a breather, to share your stories so far, and to meet all the great hosts that you can meet on Couchsurfing. What's really good with Couchsurfing is, let's say you've been traveling for a long time, you're pretty tired, and you need some rest. And I'm not talking you're jet lagged or you're sick. You want to be in a state where you can actually give back to your host. You want to make sure that since they're sharing their host and they're giving value to you, you want to make sure that you're also giving value back to the host. Another really cool thing about using Couchsurfing is that you can meet some of the coolest people traveling. You can meet some of the best travel buddies, and it's a really good way to get started. Let's say you don't have anyone to travel with back home, then this is a good way. Just pack your stuff and get started. Just get in there. Just start traveling. I remember when I was there, I wanted to bring my friends, but they had all the excuses in the world, didn't want to save up, yada da da da, everything. Just get started. You'll for sure meet some amazing people along the way. So let's talk about the Hangout feature. This is one of my favorite features in the Couchsurfing app. So when you're in the Couchsurfing app on your phone, let's say you're in Berlin, you're traveling alone for this trip, you tried to convince your friends, but they're lame and they're staying back home. What you can do is open the app on your phone and you can check out who else wants to hang out, and you can list what you want to do in the Hangout. Let's say someone wants to grab a beer, someone wants to go to the local museum, check out the park, go to the cinema. There's so many things you can do. You can find hiking buddies. It's a really good way to find other people. The thing with the Hangout feature is it normally only works in bigger cities because that's where the highest density of people are going to be, and that's also going to be the biggest chance of you finding someone that are willing to do the same things as you, but generally, in my experience, that has not been a problem thus far. So I hope you're now a bit more familiar with what Couchsurfing is and how you can use it. There's only one thing that can really help you is to actually try it out, see does it work for you. It's a free app, you can try it out. Does it work for you? Does it not work for you? Let me know down below in the comment section what your experience has been, and until next time.